This is the PayWhirl Invoice Details screen. For every charge in the PayWhirl system, there's an invoice tied to it. Invoices contain line items and other important information about how your customers will be billed. You can see on the left here the main invoice. Now here we'll have any items in our invoice spelled out as line items, a subtotal, shipping, taxes, and then the grand total, as well as some customer information and your business information up here at the top. If you want to add items to an invoice, you can use this form right here. We can select between a one-time fee that will be charged when this invoice runs and not carried over onto the next invoice, or a product or service. Products and services, when added to an invoice for a subscription, will carry on to subsequent invoices and stick with that subscription. So you can do custom pricing by adding products and services. Say for instance we wanted to discount this invoice $5. We could use a one-time fee that would discount this invoice and then not continue on to the rest of the invoices by setting a negative $5 price. Now we can see the discount's been added right here as a line item. It's a type of fee, and we can see it affected our subtotal. It took it from $10 down to $5, which gives us a total of $15. Now we can hit this trash can right here to remove the item from the invoice and set it back to how it was. If you want to apply a promo code to an invoice, you can do that on the right hand side by selecting your promo code and clicking Add Promo. Now you can see we effectively did the same thing to our price, giving us a grand total of $15, but we used a promo code for 50% off. The promo code will be carried on to subsequent invoices, just like a product or a service. If we want to take the promo code off of the invoice, we can select No Promo, click Add Promo, and now we're back to where we started. So every invoice that's tied to a subscription in the system has a next payment attempt date. And here we can select our payment attempt date, and we can change it if we want to. So say we don't want to bill this user on the 23rd, we want to bill them on the 24th. We could click 24 and then schedule, and that would change the date that our invoice will be processed. In addition, we have some important information up here. Our status of the invoice, and this will let us know, for instance, if the payment is declined, whether or not this invoice has been paid, the currency, the number of previous attempts on this invoice before a successful payment was achieved, whether or not we want to charge shipping and taxes on the invoice, the period start and end date, and the next payment attempt for this invoice. In addition, we can tell which promo code is used and how many promo code uses have been tied to the subscription or this invoice. If you want to process an invoice, whether this is a subscription invoice or a manually created invoice, you can click Charge Card to charge the customer's default payment method, or you can click Mark as Paid if the customer, for instance, sent you a check or paid you in cash. This, for all intents and purposes, will be treated the same way as Charge Card. However, an actual charge will not be run on the customer's default payment account. If you want to delete an invoice, you can click the Delete button. And if an invoice is tied to a subscription and you delete it, it will automatically cancel that user's subscription as well. So that's it. That's the Invoice Details page. You can do quite a lot here. I would experiment with adding items to the invoice, applying promo codes and such. Make sure you're really comfortable on this screen because you'll spend a lot of time here. If we pull up a paid invoice, in addition to the information that we have up here, you can see that our buttons are gone because this invoice has already been paid. If we want, we can view the payment, and it gives us some payment information. So we can see that this was a payment that was made with PayPal, and we have a gateway reference for the PayPal ID for this payment. And then in addition, we can click Refund up here at the top if we want to refund that payment. That's all you have to do to refund a payment, and a refund reference will be tagged onto this payment so that you can reference that with your gateway or with your records to make sure that you have all the information that you need.